What qualifies as a failure for Aaron Rodgers this season?
You heard Davante Adams talk about this is the hungriest team I've been around. So to me, them not only not making the playoffs, but if they were to lose in the divisional round and not get to the NFC title game, that to me is a failure. Because the Packers, let's be clear, this is their last dance moment. Davante Adams has already come out and said this week, there's no chance of an extension. We already assume Aaron Rodgers will not be in Green Bay next year. So this is it for this nucleus right here. And legacy is really important to Aaron Rodgers. You talk about Super Bowls, talk about Tom Brady being great. Aaron wants another Super Bowl. Like he's a Hall of Famer, but that extra Super Bowl puts him in that elite category. And so he's gonna be thinking about that. I think no playoffs can't happen. They gotta make the playoffs.
Did you just say if
Here
the
we
Green
go.
Bay? Hold on, hold on, wait for me.
Here we
Did
go.
you just say if Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers miss the playoffs? As if that's a possibility?
But
That's
we're
not
talking
a
about
possibility. You understand that, right? Aaron Rodgers has just been in back-to-back conference title games.
And you know who was at those games? I was at those games.
That's
I saw,
right.
and I've
Excuse
seen them.
Excuse me.
I've seen them go out
because I was watching your reporting while you were at those games, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. But I will also acknowledge, why did you take the time out of your busy life to go to San Francisco or Palo Alto, wherever the hell that stadium is, and then last year, to be in Green Bay? Why were you there? You know why? Because there's a bad man that's quarterback, and that's why. Aaron Rodgers is a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. As a talent, maybe the greatest talent at the quarterback position that we've ever seen. He's the reigning league MVP, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 4,200 plus passing yards. This brother is elite. This brother is one of the elite quarterbacks this game has ever seen, period. With that being said, I will tell you this. Because he wants out, because of the noise that he's created, I'm willing to concede this. Minimal, you got to get to the NFC Championship game. And I'm willing to go so far as to say, if you don't make it to the Super Bowl, this season's a failure. Everything's on the line with Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers wants to show the world his greatness, wants to show the world validating that he should have had more input, more say, and he should not have been as summarily dismissed by Brian Gutekunst as he was. I think those things play a huge, huge role. And the fact that they got Randall Cobb, let me tell you why that's so significant. Because we all know the only reason Randall Cobb is there is because Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So in other words, okay, we're going to throw you a bone. We're going to give you a little piece here, there. We're going to do all of that. But that's how we're going to treat this. They've appeased this man to some degree. Too little, too late.
Yeah.
But they've done it to bring attention to the fact he wants what he wants. All right, fine. He got to show up and show that he was worthy of all the respect he was asking for. And even though I know he is, the fact of the matter is this year, if they wet the bed and they don't get it done, and we're talking about, not just about Tampa Bay, we're talking about the Rams, talking about Seattle, talking about San Francisco. If we're talking about a bunch of teams outside of Tampa Bay other than Green Bay, that is going to be a bad blemish on Aaron Rodgers.
Why does he? But you just listed all the reasons why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. What does he have to getting to the Super Bowl? If he doesn't get there, that's considered a failure. Everything that he's done has the Jordan Love scenario. That in itself proves that he's worth. You want Randall Cobb? Who else you want? What else you want? Because of how they drafted Jordan Love, going up to get him, and casting Aaron aside and thinking he was done. I don't think he has to win the Super Bowl. I don't think that's that. I don't think, I think to me, a failure, the question is a failure of a season. So to not get to the NFC title game, that's different. Like if they don't even get there, I've seen them get to the NFC title game and lose, but lose respectfully. Like I don't think that's a blemish on his career.
But I do understand where you say they would need to get there and win because he did draw attention on himself. He did invite some of that criticism in. He did ask for help. They did deliver. Yeah. I want to bring Damien in on this one, though.
All right, if you
Oh, boy. Damien,
where are you on this?
Come on over.
Well, here's what I feel. I hear Stephen A. always talking about this bad man type thing when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been to the Super Bowl since 2011. My youngest wasn't even born at that time. He halfway to being a grown man right now.
Why you being disrespectful?
Like
Why you
literally
being disrespectful?
Look, well, I'm not being disrespectful, but you sit on this show.
Coming to the light.
You sit on this show almost every episode talking about blabbing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers this. Aaron Rodgers that.
He's a bad
and we
man.
haven't seen Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know if they had HD TV back then when Aaron Rodgers went to the Super Bowl the last time, back in 2011. Okay, we can't keep talking about this bad man, and he hasn't even appeared in the Super Bowl in that period of time.
Can I ask you a question?
My question to you.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
In the last decade, can you name 3 quarterbacks you'd rather have more than Aaron Rodgers?
Honestly, I can't.
That's right.
You know, honestly,
that's how great he is.
But you know what? But the point, here's my point. If if so bad, what's the problem?
Well,
only one Super Bowl,
personnel around
one Super Bowl appearance?
Coaching, personnel around. Coaching and personnel around.
In his illustrious career, only one?
You know, and an idiot teammate that messed up against Seattle in the NFC Championship game on the onside kick. You could bring that up too. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you could bring up. Aaron Rodgers is not the reason that the Green Bay Packers haven't been back to the Super Bowl. That brother is special.
The best quarterback.
He could have run it in.
What would be a failure for them this season?
I don't know if he would have made it in.
Yeah.
He kind of got close.
For me, minimum, you got to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And that's really where you are, Stephen A.
Minimum. What we agreed in.
Minimum. It can't be. I don't want to hear any NFC Championship game mess.
He's been there and done that.
Yes, I need to see him in Los Angeles.
I said Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
SoFi Stadium.
Can you imagine in Disneyland, you, Aaron Rodgers, in the Super Bowl, your favorite LA?
I wasn't interested in going to Lambeau, but SoFi.
They sent me to Lambeau,
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I see you perked up when they talk about Los Angeles.
I'll be there. Don't worry about that. I will be in La La for that.
Okay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.